Hi friend, it's Ron from CamMastery.com, where you can go to learn how to make great videos with Camtasia. This is a free lesson Friday, which means you get a free lesson right from my Camtasia Mastery course. If you want to get the entire course, you can head over to CamMastery.com/store and pick up that course. Now, onto the video. Right above the Tools panel, we have the menu, and I really want to start with that just quickly. You can see we have File, Edit, Modify, View, Share, and Help. I can see when I click on these that I have several options under File, and some of those even have further options. Also take note of the fact that the keyboard shortcuts are here as well. So if there's something that you use on a regular basis, for example, for me, I use Split quite a bit, and I see that's the S key, or you can split all tracks with Control-Shift-S. If I see that here, then I know, okay, great, I can go and use that keyboard shortcut if my hands happen to be closer to the keyboard. So now back to the Tools panel. When I look at the Tools panel, I can see I have several tools here on the left. And you may have just noticed when I let my mouse rest over one of them, it will give me a tool tip to show me a little bit more information about each of these tools. So if you want to know more about what behaviors are, you can let your mouse rest over that and it says, oh, behaviors, liven up text and media with animation presets. Oh, okay, that's what that is, animation presets. You'll also note that next to each menu option, there's a letter. So if I go back to media, it says I can use the B key to get to media. If I look at the end of annotations, it says N for annotations. So if I move my mouse off of these and I hit N on my keyboard, I can see that it took me automatically to annotations. If I go to B, then I'm there for my media bin. Now we're going to spend more time on the media bin in the next section, so I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on the details of these, other than to show you that you can also collapse them. So if you have, for example, media open, if I click on it again, it collapses that. So it's possible that you might need this real estate here where the canvas is. You need more space to see that working area of your video. And if you need that, again, you can, and you have something open, you can just click it again to collapse it. So that's how we'll use the Tools panel. I'll go ahead and click on the tool that I need, and I'll leave that open most of the time. But if I want, I can collapse it just by clicking on whatever's selected, and it collapses it for me. Another thing I can do to collapse, if I prefer the keyboard shortcuts, is Control and the number 1. So if I use Control and the number 1, it opens and closes. So if you like those keyboard shortcuts, it'll open or close whatever the last tool was that you used. So if I go down here to Behaviors, and then I close Behaviors, and I do Control and the number 1 key, then Behaviors comes open rather than Media. But again, if I just hit like B for the media bin, it comes open that way, Control 1, and it collapses it. For now, I'll leave the media bin open. And another way for you to do this is under the View menu, and the first thing under View, it shows Hide Tools. So if I click that, then just like before, I can hide it. So 3 different ways to do this: the View menu, Control and the number 1, or just by clicking on the tool you want. And that's how we'll navigate in the Tools panel.